Hamas on Saturday paraded 3 Israeli hostages before a crowd of hundreds in the Gaza Strip ahead of their release. The 3 male civilians are to be freed Saturday in exchange for dozens of Palestinian prisoners held by Israel as part of a ceasefire in Gaza that has paused the war in the Gaza Strip. According to Associated Press, the hostages, Eli Sharabi, 52, Ohad Ben Ami, 56, and Or Levy, 34, were led up onto a stage, and a masked Hamas fighter held a microphone as each was made to give a statement before the crowd. Hostages did not speak during previous releases. U.S. President Donald Trump's stunning proposal to transfer the Palestinian population out of Gaza, welcomed by Israel but vehemently rejected by the Palestinians and most of the international community, does not appear to have affected the current phase of the truce, which runs until early March. But it could complicate talks over the second and more difficult phase, when Hamas is to release dozens more hostages in return for a lasting ceasefire. Hamas may be reluctant to free more captives, and lose its main bargaining chip, if it believes the US and Israel are serious about depopulating the territory, which rights groups say would violate international law. President Donald Trump's plan to seek U.S. ownership of the Gaza Strip and move out its population infuriated the Arab world. According to Associated Press, it stunned American allies and other global powers and even flummoxed members of Trump's own party. The reaction in Israel was starkly different. The idea of removing hundreds of thousands of Palestinians from Gaza, once relegated to the fringes of political discourse in the country, has found fertile ground in an Israeli public traumatized by Hamas' October 7, 2023, attacks and grasping for ways to feel secure again after the deadliest assault in their country's history. Jewish Israeli politicians across the spectrum either embraced the idea wholeheartedly or expressed openness to it. Newspaper columns praised its audacity, and TV commentators debated how the idea could practically be set in motion. The country's defense minister ordered the military to plan for its eventual implementation. Whether or not the plan becomes reality, it is saddled with obstacles, not to mention moral, legal, and practical implications. Its mere pronouncement by the world's most powerful leader has sparked enthusiasm about an idea once considered to be beyond the pale in the Israeli mainstream. To be sure, many of those who expressed openness to the plan said it seemed unfeasible for a multitude of legal and logistical reasons. And many others, including liberal Israelis and Palestinian citizens of Israel, voiced opposition to it. The liberal daily Haaretz, in an editorial Thursday, urged Israelis to oppose transfer. In a joint Washington news conference with Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu on Tuesday, Trump said he envisioned the U.S. taking control of the Gaza Strip, having its people relocate to other places and rebuilding the war-battered coastal enclave into the Riviera of the Middle East.
Israeli officials say they're moving ahead with plans to encourage and help Palestinians to leave the Gaza Strip. This comes after President Donald Trump floated a controversial plan this week calling for all of Gaza's 2 million people, 2 million Palestinians to be removed. He says the U.S. would then move into the territory, oversee it, and oversee a lengthy reconstruction process. Now, this plan has come under fierce international condemnations. Many critics say it amounts to ethnic cleansing.
The statements by President Trump saying that the U.S. would take over Gaza and that it would require that the Palestinian population be moved out signal an intent to potentially ethnically cleanse Gaza and further forcibly displace the local population, the Palestinian population of Gaza. We don't know if these will turn into actual policy, but the statement of intent is very concerning. And if it were to transform into state policy, it would potentially amount to ethnic cleansing.
The president appears to be sticking with the proposal, although some officials in the White House say he only wants to see a temporary displacement of Palestinians. In the meantime, Israeli leaders have welcomed the proposal, and Israel's defense minister says he has ordered the military to begin preparations for assisting Palestinians who want to leave. It's not clear how this plan would work or when it would go into effect, but it is causing alarm across the region. Some of the harshest criticism is coming from the Arab world, and especially from Egypt, an Israeli ally that borders Gaza. Egyptian officials say they already have launched a diplomatic initiative. They're trying to rally opposition to the plan behind the scenes. They are warning that Egypt's historic peace agreement with Israel, 45 years old, could be in danger if this plan moves forward.